He calls the Ryan Garcia weight cut brutal, and my last fight at 147. This is concerning because is Conor indicating that he is having a bad camp? Is Conor Benn struggling in preparation? Is he struggling in sparring? Is he thinking if he loses to Ryan Garcia, he can just jump into a big fight with Chris Eubank Jr.? Now, if I'm in Ryan Garcia's camp, I would be happy, because if you're in Ryan Garcia's camp, you don't want an optimum Conor Benn, because that will be an easier fight. The opposition will be easier. But this concession from Conor Benn can be psychologically damaging, not only to his psychology, but also it can improve the psychology of Ryan Garcia. Imagine if you are struggling with the weight and Ryan Garcia unloads that deadly left hook to the body. Does Conor Benn fold, not just because of the power of that left hook, but also the immense power of the weight cut? But I think if we take a devil's advocate position, and this might be a controversial position, is this a Machiavellian move by Conor Benn? Let me explain. Is it a Machiavellian move by Conor Benn to give Garcia a false sense of security? Is Conor Benn not only not having a bad camp, is he having a great camp? Is he knocking out sparring partners and really looking good, but he's giving this false impression to give Ryan Garcia a false sense of security? Let's remember some further context. Ryan Garcia is a very gifted boxer. He has a great left hook. It's the shortness of the left hook. It reminds me of Evander Holyfield, the way he used to throw that left hook really short. He used to step to the right and throw that left hook short, and he could generate so much power with that left hook. Check the third Riddick Bowe fight in round 6 and the Mike Tyson fight in round 6 for a reference, when he scored knockdowns against those opponents. And Ryan Garcia, he has that great left hook, but he also has great reflexes, good movement, and great speed. This can give anyone problems. What I'm trying to say here is that we need to see the very best version of Conor Benn. We need to see that head movement. We need to see that explosiveness. We need to see an increase of his boxing IQ. One of the impressive things when Conor Benn fought Chris Eubank in the rematch was that he improved his ring IQ. He clearly had taken the experience of the first fight and he made the adjustments. And this is the type of Conor Benn we need to see. We need to see the viciousness, but we need to see the maturity. We need to see the ring IQ. We need to see the adaptability. And this whole talk about weight cut, from my perspective, it brings a level of ambiguity, and it brings an uncomfortable level of ambiguity. Now, the next idea is that Eubank Jr.'s hospital stint after the rematch is the quiet subtext. The quiet subtext Benn is exploiting. The brutal middleweight cuts sent him to the hospital, and he's expected back as super middleweight. So is Chris Eubank Jr., is he finished? Is there more chapters within the ring? There may be some more chapters within Chris Eubank Jr. outside of the ring, but is there more chapters for him in the ring? I mean, I think Chris Eubank Jr.'s team had high hopes that Bomac, and that was his trainer, Bomac was his trainer in the rematch. I think they had high hopes that Bomac could rekindle some of Chris Eubank Jr.'s magic. Unfortunately, in the rematch, Chris Eubank looked flat and uninspired. And the one thing that Chris Eubank Jr. has is he has passion in the ring. He's very intense in the moment. But he seemed so uninspired in that fight. He looked like the event, I don't want to say got to him, but he just didn't seem to have that same intensity that he had in the first fight. Also, the 12-round knockdown, when Conor Benn knocked him down, I think it was with an overhand right. It was a brutal knockdown, and it was actually sad to see Chris Eubank Jr. on the floor. Of course, getting knocked down is a byproduct of boxing, the same way getting hit is a byproduct of boxing. But it just seems sad. And you have to ask the question, even at a better weight, can Chris Eubank Jr., can he rediscover that punch durability? Because before the Liam Smith fight, he was known for taking punches. He could take punches. He had a great chin. But has that punch durability, has it failed him? After having a family, Congratulations. But does that change Chris Eubank Jr.'s perspective on life? Does it change his perspective or his passion for boxing? Is his relationship with boxing now changed because now he has other priorities? Before, he didn't have a family. It was all about him. Now, potentially, it's all about his family. And that type of perspective shift, that can change the way that you prepare for a fight and the way that you engage in a fight.